Hi, welcome back. This is part 3 of my campaign update for this weekend. And I am Susan Maud Buchser, sometimes with Lochocki at the end, but right now not. And this is part 3, and this is called State of the World. Welcome. So, the world. Well, we got the final batch of the Jeffrey Epstein documents. And Trump is not really mentioned that much, or not in the way that people were thinking. So it's interesting what's coming out. There are a few pictures out there of Prince Andrew and a young lady on the floor. They're quite strange, but that looks more like maybe she's fallen down or somehow on the floor, and he's checking to see if she's okay. It doesn't look like any foul play is going on. Inside the documents, though, there are apparently stories of women saying things happen, and I don't know how bad or what all is in there. Apparently, there's an astronomical amount of pages to read. But several very influential people, of course, all over the world have been implicated in these things. But I don't know if we have any new information really to talk about. I mean, I still think that this has something less to do with what the media is telling us about and more to do with parentalship of different people. I think this, there's still investigations going on, and I think we're not at the place where they can release all the information yet. So I think there's a lot that we, the people, don't know. So I think we just sort of go forward and wait and see what's going to happen with that. Then we have the UN is saying that not everybody's paying their bills. And in fact, the US is one of them. And, for me, the UN has... we don't really need the UN. It's not doing the job it promised to do. And I think we should learn our lesson that it's not doing its job and move forward in a different direction. We need regional heads in regional areas to be in charge of that region, because it's too diverse, and there's no power behind it. There's no real military behind it. So it's not really doing its job, and in fact it caused the Palestinian problem that we have today. So and I'm not sure if it's been involved in other issues too. So I think I'm for getting rid of our partnership there and moving the world in a different direction, where we have 6 or 7 regional areas. There's like a head, and then all the states that are in that region have automatically somebody who can go and speak to them, and then that group of 6 or 7, they meet periodically and discuss the world issues. So I think having one figurehead for the whole world is ridiculous. I mean, I don't want the Italian that they've got there. I think he's Italian. Guterres, I don't want him representing me. Like if an alien spaceship arrived, I mean, he doesn't represent me. I don't agree with him. So Yeah, I don't think he's a good choice. And so the UN is claiming that if states, countries don't start paying their bills to the UN, that they might have to close the New York office, which that's also okay. If Europe wants the UN, they can have it. It's done none of us favors. The idea was good. Certain aspects of what they've done is good, but it's just it's a money sucking organization, and it's unnecessary. Okay, then we have the Board of Peace, organized by Donald Trump, and he invited quite a few countries, and some of them have said no. So that would be like Canada, France, Germany, Greece, Italy, and New Zealand, and there might be more, but those are sort of the major ones. Um, so uh, I think the Ukraine said no also because Russia is in there. And so, I'm not sure where we're going with this. I don't know how much peace it's going to be able to bring. But it's a try, anyways, which is more than what I see the United Nations doing. They have a program that they follow every year, and they don't have any room for flexibility for real action anymore. That's part of the problem. So, yeah, so the Board of Peace, let's see. But I think, again, that has. The UN has more to do with the European royalty wanting a place for their children to go work and stuff like that than to really do more than that. And there's, of course, royalty all over the world. So I think Japan still has a royal family, and could be other countries too. So these, the UN is sort of a place where you can send your kids to have a respectable job. And, I personally don't want my tax money going for it. I'm not a royal. I don't have children that will be working at the UN like that. So, yeah, it's not my thing. And they've done more damage. I mean, most of the wars have been, well, Israel, Palestine. They're the big ones. And all the countries around them have been devastated by UN policy. I'm sorry to say. So they created this endless war, and it is endless, and it's got to stop. And I'm sure there are good people that work in the organization, but it's not as many as the greedy, and that's the problem. And then we got corporate greed too, that wants the UN to do this or that or whatever. And anyways, it's just not working. No. So, yeah, there you have it. State of the world. In general, I guess the world is okay. I mean, some places are better than others, and it's just been a struggle coming out of COVID. Right? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to stop here. and say thanks for stopping by. I am Susan Maud Buchser, and I am a presidential candidate for the 2028 presidential election. And then eventually maybe something here in West Virginia, depending on what the election department does here. I'm waiting to hear from them. And as you know, I have a lawsuit pending with the Supreme Court about the election process and registering to vote. And finally, I have a website if you want to look that up. Susan4USA.com. That's Susan, the number 4USA.com. And you can see my platform and other things that are there. I mean, I sort of stopped with my platform because we can't go forward as a country with all the corruption. So that became priority number one. But after that, then it's families and education. And I hope to bring those to us very soon. So don't forget to like and subscribe to this page or channel wherever you are. And I'll see you next week. Have a good week. Stay warm. Bye for now.